great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.
Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 871 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'm your host, James Oliver Hacking III. How's everybody doing? How's your Friday? Long week. A lot of time spent out in the heat. Lots of softball for the Nornator. Heading to Indiana on Sunday for one more week of softball. Then the tournament season is over. Travel ball ends until late October. High school ball's right around the corner, so you know we're excited about that. How's everybody doing? I was working on my new video today, so I don't know if I told you guys, but we're going to start a new channel. And it's to help the rest of the world understand immigration issues in the United States. So we will keep this channel active as ever, still making content, still doing this show, still teaching people who are going through the immigration system what it's all about, how it all works, noticing trends, all the kinds of things that you've come to grow and love. But on the new channel, we're going to try to educate the masses about how immigration really works. And so we're doing our first long form video. It's probably going to end up being over 30 minutes. It's going to, this particular one is going to discuss how did we get here? What is our immigration history? How has the United States treated immigrants over time? How has it gotten better? How has it gotten worse? What laws made things easier for immigrants? What laws made them harder? And I think some of the evidence and things that we've uncovered in our nation's history when it comes to immigration will sadden you and surprise you, will electrify you and amaze you. There are a lot of things that I'm learning going through the immigration history of our country, learning about things like the Chinese Exclusion Act, in which no Chinese were allowed to come, and they had to wait 21 years to get their citizenship. That basically you had to be a white landowner for quite some time to become a citizen. Our nation's history when it comes to immigration, I would say if you gave them a plus or minus for every year that our country's been around, most years we'd get a minus. It was really not until the 1960s and the 1980s that we really had any kind of fair immigration system. And everybody's been trying to close that door ever since. But you can learn more about that when we start that channel. It'll probably be out in a couple weeks. We got a lot of editing to do. It's going to be a lot different than my talking head videos, which is what we call the other ones. I'm going to do roll call because it's Friday and we haven't done roll call in a while. So if you haven't left us a comment and let us know where you're watching, please do, so that I can recognize you and welcome you to the fold. We love our OG members and we love our new members. Let's see who's here. So Erica is here. Says happy Friday. Dario's here. Nihal. We have shared how to ask a question. You have to get in the waiting room. You can Slack the question or type out the question on TikTok. If you want to ask me a question here, I usually don't get to the comments. Happy Friday from Paige and Dario. I assume that's Dario. It's the 4 for the A. I always like when people use numbers for letters. I think that's clever. Debeen is here. Hope is saying hello for everybody. Kevin's wondering, Fane Jim, where's Jim? I was running late. Sorry about that. We're going to go an hour 90 per Dammy's request. Dammy wants 90, so we'll give her what she wants. 90-minute show, hopefully. Eve says hello. Audrey is here. VDB and Joanna are here. Ms. B reports that things have cooled off a little bit. I think they've cooled off a little bit here in St. Louis. How about you guys? Is it cooler where you are? Of course, Our friend Juli's down in Argentina where it's probably like 40 degrees or some bullshit because they're in winter down there. Isn't that crazy? Joanna's saying hello from St. Kitts. Emmy Fetelu says, thank God we made it to Friday. We got Qatar in the house. Trudy's giving blessings to me and everybody. Canyoms is here. Hello, my friend. How was your Friday, everybody? Canyoms wants to know. Yassine is here. Hello, hello, Yassine. Good to see you, buddy. Rita's here. Oh, yeah, the date. Today is, I don't know, what's today's date, Juli? Today's the 18th. 18th of, I almost said February. The 18th, Friday, the 18th of July. We got Saya is here. MDDS. I do have a little bit of tan. It's from being outside so much. It's been very hot. Clea is here. Hello, Clea. Our good friend Drew is here. Yusuf had a friend named Drew who lost his wallet at the restaurant in DC. So that whenever we hear about Drew, we always ask about how his wallet is. The 10-minute countdown. I did it for 5 minutes. It was only 5. Umaru is here. Yeah, we're going to try to get that new play button. That's right, Tony. How about that? Kevin says, hey, Jim, make more Spanish content so you reach more people. Well, that's something that we definitely need to do. Masha Ivanova says, watching your show while working. Well, that sounds good to me. Sounds good. Giggsy says, VDB says, great idea. Okay, I like that. What are the chances of getting more visas available for the new fiscal year? Well, there's always some new visas that come around in the new fiscal year. Yeah, that's sort of what I wanted to do, Julian. Very helpful. Whenever someone expresses a simplistic, usually right-wing view on immigration, the appropriate response is, I think you'll find it more complicated than that. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have these sort of flagpole videos so that when people say, Jim, why do you think we are where we are? Then I can send them to the video and I don't have to explain them the whole thing. Yeah, 21 years for citizenship. Can you believe that? Eve wants people to talk about their immigration experience on the show. Well, I like that. How about talking about the paper sons and Chinese immigration? Yes, we should. All right, we got Louisville here, Indy here. We got a big ups from Dragonov. Hello. We got Pennsylvania. Virginia is hot, hot, hot. Hello. Ella is here. We got Colorado. Cheaton's here. Springfield, Mo, a wonderful town in southwest Missouri. Grenada is here. Oh my God, this person keeps typing the same question over and over. Don't do that. It's annoying. Tommy Boy's going to Del Frisco's tonight. I don't know what that is, but that sounds good. What flag is that? I can't see. Javon, what flag is that? I can't tell. Sorry, my eyes are too small. We got Julian has a hangover and a migraine. Sorry to hear that. We got Dallas, Oklahoma. Dammy says it did cool off. 23 Celsius, so that's not bad. We got the pink hand. We got Seattle. Brian saying hello. Oh my God, it's 102 in Oklahoma City. Thank God we're not playing softball in Oklahoma City. I'd be dead. I'd be dead, doctor. Rosalind's here. Vanessa's here. Houston in the house. Grace says hello. Maria loves the show. I said Grenada. Did I say that wrong? Is it Grenada? Is it Spain? Is it the country? Is it a place that the United States invaded in the 1980s? We got Boston. Saring is here. Hello, Saring. Oh, the hangovers from the medication for the migraine. That's no fun. We got Bay Area, California. All right. So we've said hello. We've done Sam is saying hello. We've done the roll call. I didn't see with Sam's earlier. Oh, Saring's newborn's watching the show. Well, good. They'll learn immigration. Maybe they can grow up to be an immigration lawyer. We're going to go to Kwame, then Evan, then Dragonov. Kwame, hello.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm well, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Jim, can you please, is it possible for you to pull up the affidavit of support form? I want to ask you a question on it. The I-864.
Hell no. Number one, I'm not a monkey and I don't do tricks. And number two, we have a rule on this show that we don't talk about the affidavit of support because it's so fucking boring.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Generally, what do you want to know? I don't do tricks. I don't do parlor tricks. Generally,
well,
know about the
Well,
affidavit of support.
some parts at on part 4 of the form is asking me that we should choose an option, but we are confused on what to choose because my wife filed for my 3 kids, and the case is at NBC, and now part 2 of the form is telling us to, put names of all migrants who will be coming at the same time. But at the same time, it's telling us that don't put any name that has a separate petition. So we are confused on which to choose. That's why I was trying to ask.
Yeah, maybe Carol's watching. Maybe someone who knows can answer that, but I don't answer those questions because, quite frankly, I haven't done an affidavit of support in 10 years because I'm the boss and I don't have to because I hate them.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Jim.
Hi, Kwame. Sorry, buddy.
Right.
All right. I didn't mean to come out so forcefully against the affidavit of support, but longtime viewers of the show know it's boring as heck and nobody likes to talk about it. Evan is here. Hello.
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
I have a few questions or a question. So basically, I came into the US in 2023 on an F1 visa, right? So I came in 2023 on an F1 visa, and then when I came in August of 2023, I filed for a TPS in October of 2023. But then I got married in November of the same year. And then I found out a few things about my ex-wife, and then in February of last year, we separated.
Time out.
Yeah.
I want to go back to before the TPS, okay?
Yeah.
So you entered when?
August of 2023.
And you were supposed to go to school XYZ, right?
No, I went to school, yeah. I was in school.
Are you still in school?
No, I finished.
When did you stop school?
Well, so I was getting to that. So when I separated with my ex-wife in February of 2024, I met my current girlfriend in May of
Okay, dude. I asked you when did you stop going to school, and now you're telling me about a new.
May of last year, May of 24.
And did you receive a degree?
Yes, I have a master's. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you had TPS and you were in valid F1 status for a while, right?
No. So when I applied for the TPS in May of 2024, I left the US when my TPS was still. So my TPS was denied, basically. This year, I got the denial notice this year, but when I got the denial notice, I was out of the country. I wasn't in the US, so I got back into the US in May of this year on a B2 visa because I was coming for my graduation.
Okay, my brother, we have to start all over and we have to go chronologically, okay?
That's what I was trying to do, yeah.
Okay, because this is like a law school exam question, okay?
Okay.
So we have Evan. What country is Evan from?
I'm Cameroon.
Evan's hanging out in Cameroon, and Evan applies for a student visa to the United States and comes in August of 2023, right?
Yeah.
And Evan goes to school, and Evan also applies for TPS.
Yeah.
And then Evan graduates in May of 24.
Yeah.
And when did Evan apply for TPS?
October 23.
Okay. Why did Evan leave the United States, and when did Evan leave the United States?
I left in May of 2024.
Why?
Because I had a job interview in the UK, and I went there for that.
Okay. Did you want to live there? Or did you want to live here?
I wanted to live wherever I got a job.
Okay.
Whether it was back in Cameroon or back in the UK or back here, wherever.
Okay. All right. So you left the United States, and now tell me about this marriage. You married a U.S. citizen?
No, in November of 24, no, she wasn't a U.S. citizen.
What is she? A green card holder or nothing?
No, nothing. Just a Cameroonian. Nothing.
Okay. All right. So then what happens?
So when we got married in November, in February of, so 3 months after getting married, we separated. We had to separate because we wanted different things. And then I was still in the US. So in April, May of 2024, I met my current girlfriend right now. I met her. We met in a Philly, but then I left the US in May. So we kept on being in touch for about a year or so. And then May of this year, I was coming for my graduation and I applied for a B2 visa, which I got now. And I came into the US in May for my graduation. And now she said she can't do the long distance anymore, that she would prefer for me to stay. And
Did you get the job in England?
yeah, I got a job in England, but I got let go about January, February of this year.
Okay. So what is your question for me, my friend?
So my question is that with the fact that and my divorce is going to be finalized about I think sometime in August. So my question was is it going to be an issue or like whatnot if I apply, or if we apply for AOS or whatnot?
Obviously you can't apply until you're actually married, right?
Yeah.
Why is it was the person from Cameroon that you married, did that marriage occur in the United States?
Yeah.
Why is it taking so long to get divorced on a 4-month marriage?
No, I applied for the divorce in Cameroon, not in the US.
Oh my God. Dude, did you like get a book to say, how can I make my immigration history as complicated as possible?
Oh.
Why in the world would you if you got married in the United States, why would you get divorced in Cameroon?
Because a law to divorce here is that you have to be living here for at least a year. And I wasn't living here when I filed for that.
Who said that?
No, I wasn't living in the US when I filed for the divorce. I wasn't in the US to file for divorce in the US.
Okay. All right. So what's the question?
So my question is that wait, with what you just said, will my divorce not be recognized here?
Maybe.
Oh.
Let's
I wasn't living here, so that's why I could not file here. I wasn't living in the US. That's why I could not file here.
I know, but I mean, you have made this all so much more complicated than it needed to be.
Right.
Like every opportunity, you made it more complicated, not less.
In what way?
In that, I mean, you're getting divorced in Cameroon. You don't even know if it's going to be recognized in the United States.
Well, my thing is that when I filed for it, I wasn't living in the US. I wasn't here. So I could not file for it here. I filed for it before coming to the US.
I understand. How long have you been here now?
Excuse me?
How long have you been here now?
Since May.
May of 25.
Yeah, 2 months ago, yeah.
Okay. So I think you have a big problem with whether or not they're going to recognize the divorce. I think you're gonna. It sounds like you're gonna want to get married pretty quickly after the divorce is final. So that's gonna be a problem. You also have done a lot of things to make it look like you're desperate to stay in the United States. So I think that's going to be hard. I think that this person that you're marrying, they're a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Were they born in the United States?
Yes.
And when was your graduation?
May 30th.
And when you told them that you were coming, did you tell them when you were going to leave?
They never asked me that. But I bought a return ticket though.
Why didn't you apply for divorce in England if that's where you were living?
Oh, because I went to Cameroon when I went to England in May, before I got the job offer in the UK, I went to Cameroon June of last year and I filed for it there when I was there.
Okay. But just to make sure, she's here in the United States, right?
Who?
Your current wife.
Yeah. She's American. No, my current. No, she's not. She's not American. She don't live here.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So you can't get married or do anything with the person here until
Yeah.
the divorce is final.
Yeah.
And you're going to run out of time here in valid status. So what's your plan?
No, I mean the divorce in Cameroon is going. I've been told by latest August, end of August, I should get it. The divorce decree from Cameroon.
And then your plan is to turn around and marry someone very, very quickly and apply for a green card.
Yeah, because I've been separated from this person anyways a long time ago, but the divorce just took time. That's all.
Do you ever read the news or anything?
A little bit.
You know who became president in January of 2020?
Yeah.
And you think that you're going to file in this narrow little window with this complicated immigration history that's completely jacked up. You're going to file for marriage after coming on a visit visa to get your diploma. And then you're going to get your divorce finalized back in Cameroon, a divorce that you had already filed before you got your visit visa to the United States. They're going to crucify you.
Right.
They're going to crucify you. They're going to come at you with knives out. So what I would say is I would leave the United States. I would let the divorce take its course, and then I would start thinking about marriage and other things after that. You're compressing way too much stuff. You're putting way too much pressure on by the circumstances of your life.
Right.
And I need to make a video about this. I'm glad you said what you said because it's a thing. Yeah. It's this idea that we've been separated for a long time, right? That is legally and factually true, but they don't care.
Right.
On paper, you're going to look like somebody who came to the United States, told the embassy that you were coming to get your student visa, but really you came to shack up with your girlfriend and wait for your divorce in Cameroon from your quote-unquote real wife to work itself out so that you could get a green card based on marrying this U.S. citizen.
Right.
And that you did it as fast as you could. You did it all in 6 months because you were desperate to stay in the United States because you lost your job in England. That's how they're going to view it. They're going to view this as a desperate Cameroonian who would do anything, include file for TPS, file a visit visa, file an F1 visa, and marry some random American that he barely knows immediately after getting the divorce final from his real wife back in Cameroon. That's how they're going to view your case.
But the fact that I never stayed for the TPS or I also booked a return ticket as well, things like that. Because honestly, I wasn't planning on staying again in the US.
Let's play this game. So before you applied for your visit visa, you already knew the person that you want to now marry, right?
Yeah, when I was in New York, yeah.
So you knew them before you left for England for your job?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you came back to the United States after getting your visit visa to the United States to get your diploma, who picked you up at the airport?
No, I came to Philly on my own, not her. A friend of mine picked me at the airport in New York.
How many days passed before you went to stay with the woman you want to now marry?
About a month.
Okay. And you've been living with her ever since?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see.
So I think this is a tough case that you've made extremely, extremely hard.
Right.
You didn't leave, according to your plan, you're not going to leave on time. You're shacking up with someone when you're married to somebody else. You knew this person before you got your visit visa to the United States. And I just think they're going to hate this case.
Wow. But I've been separated with my person just barely 3 months after marriage because we wanted different things.
Evan, I'm going to let you go, brother. I'm going to let you go, brother. I feel like we're going round and round in circles. That's a classic example of somebody who thinks, well, I have defenses to these arguments. It's your burden to prove that it's a valid marriage. It's your burden to prove that you've complied with the immigration laws. I think he should come back and listen to that recording. And I think if he listens to it objectively and thinks of himself as an immigration officer or just a random person, it's just messy. Way, way, way too messy. All right. I think I saw somebody peek her little face in here. Hello, Nurslar. Good to see you. Dragonov38H. Hello.
Counselor, it's a pleasure to speak with you again.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Let me just say that I am addicted to your show. I often find myself humming the intro song, you know. I find myself doing it all the time.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. You've also made a new fan on my girlfriend. She loves the show. We listen to it while we cook together. So
Nice.
I do have a couple of questions for you today regarding my NATS application.
Great.
Under the 5-year rule, it looks like I will be eligible to apply next year. But I do have a couple of concerns that I wanted to run by you and see, just to get your input.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So just to give you a brief timeline, I met my ex-wife in 2011, married in 2014. I was under TPS until 2021. When the LPR was issued, it was automatically issued as a 10-year green card.
On purpose or by mistake?
I'm not aware. That we went to the interview, and our attorney went with us. It looks like everything checked out. We were questioned about the legitimacy of the marriage, and 2 weeks later, we got a green card that was for 10 years.
I guess my question was at that point, was your marriage 2 years old or not?
We married in 2014, so in 2021, when we applied for the green card, it was 7 years old.
Yeah, so that's good.
Okay, great. Now here's where things kind of just started unraveling, and the divorce was finalized and decreed on 2022. So that's kind of like a year later after it was issued.
Why did you wait so long to file for the green card?
I'm going to say that it was just complacency on my end. I felt like at that time I was younger, and I felt like with TPS I was safe, but clearly that's not the case. Learning from it's not a fail.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so I want the timeline of when was divorce filed, when was green card issued, and when was divorce finalized.
So green card was issued on March of 2021.
Okay.
Divorce was filed on late November of that year. Divorce and decree was issued on March 2022.
Who filed for divorce?
I did.
Okay. All right. And so what's the question for now?
Just, looking at the landscape and the current administration, how they process things, what bearing will that have on my nets? Because
you were married a really long time. I don't think this is going to be a problem for you.
Okay.
And I guess my question would be, was it an amicable divorce or was it a hostile divorce?
It was amicable. We signed an agreement on how to split the assets. Everything was I was lucky enough that it was very amicable.
So if USCIS comes and knocks on their door, she's going to say, "Oh yeah, it was real. It just didn't work out."
I think so. I believe so. She's a very professional person, so I believe that would be true.
And you're going to apply on the 5-year rule, obviously.
That is correct.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay, great. And also, just to give you, I haven't traveled outside the U.S. since I arrived here in 2000, so never been outside of the U.S. I don't have any criminal record. I only had one.
Never applied for asylum?
Never applied for asylum, no.
Good. I think you're fine.
Okay. And I do have a moving vehicle citation, but that's paid and certified. I have all the documentation for that.
All good.
The last question that I did have is in early this year, I did apply for a CCWP in my state. That's a concealed weapons carry permit.
Yep.
And that was granted under current state law and federal law. Do you think that's going to have a negative impact on me as well?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll ask you the firearms question, and have you ever had firearms training? You'll have to say yes, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal.
Okay. Is that part of the questions when I get started on the process for naturalization?
Yeah, there's a question in there about weapons training. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I haven't received any training. I just got the permit, and I do have, firearms.
Yeah, so then maybe you can say no if you haven't had any training. That might be a little bit scarier for me, but I understand what you're saying.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. All right, that's everything. I appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for watching the show.
Oh, absolutely, and keep it up. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thanks. Hey, Aubrey got his. They got their DQ notice from the National Visa Center. How about that? Good job, Aubrey. That is good news. One of my first deportation clients, her son's name was Aubrey, and we were able to keep her from getting deported. So that was fun. Let's go to JM. Hello. JM, are you there? That's a funky little icon you got. I don't know. You might be gone. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, sorry for that. Hey, just want to make it really quick. I've been a U.S. Permanent resident since 2002. And I joined the military, and I think I put it on the chat before. I got other than honorable discharge in 2005.
Why?
And because I just didn't go to the drill because there's some personal issues and everything. So
okay,
that happened, and now I'm trying to apply for the N400, but with the new administration and everything, I'm just kind of scared that should I just continue renewing my 10-year green card, or should I apply for the N400, because I don't want to open a can of worm that doesn't have to be opened up.
Well, if you were coming to me, and you were asking me, and I would probably try to track down your military record. What's the worst thing that it's going to say in there?
That I didn't join the drill.
Yeah, so I mean, that's not something that's going to keep you. Dishonorable discharge does not keep you from getting your citizenship.
It's not a dishonorable either. Mine's got a other than honorable, so it's better than dishonorable.
Yeah. So you might have a little bit of a fight on your hands. You might want some help, but I would say this is an approvable case if that's it.
Okay, so I do have a chance if I do apply for it, and for some reason they do decide to deny, which is anything can happen. And will they automatically give me a notice to appear even though I have a...
No. Let me talk about that a little bit. Okay. Because I was talking to some of our lawyers in intake about this the other day, and they were a little bit confused. When Project 2025 came out and they started saying that everybody who gets a denial notice was going to receive a notice to appear, I sort of scratched my head and said, that's really weird. Like, who in the hell would ever get a notice to appear in immigration court after applying for naturalization? Because usually if you don't meet the requirements of good moral character, or there's some reason why you don't get your citizenship, you would just stay a green card holder, right? So I didn't understand, like, and if you apply for a green card renewal and they deny it because you didn't pay the right fee or something, where are you going to get a notice to appear? I think the way that everybody needs to think about it is two things still. One is, am I going to get the benefit? And two, am I going to get put in removal? They still have to have a good reason to put you in removal. So for instance, JM, if they found out that it wasn't just that you were less than other than honorably discharged, but that you also had a bad sex crime or something, then, and that was something that they didn't know when you got your green card, that would be the basis for trying to not only deny your citizenship, but put you in removal. But just because you get your citizenship denied doesn't mean that they have the right to put you in removal automatically. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense. And just didn't want to just throw a little kink in that. I did apply for my citizenship back in 2008 once,
Yeah.
and they denied that due to my ex-wife filed for an assault charges, which I never gotten arrested. It was a charge that filed, but it was dismissed at the court when I found out about it. I didn't even knew about it till someday I got pulled over and the officer told me like, hey, you might have a warrant, go take care of it in the city. Didn't arrest me or anything.
Okay.
But they kept saying at the interview that, hey, you got arrested. There's an arrest record. Now, I went to, like 2 weeks ago, I went to all the law enforcement agencies in here in Oklahoma and also FBI database and everything, paid for it and got my record. There's nothing about me getting arrested in anywhere, county, city, federally, and statewide.
Okay. So for me, this is what I would do if I'm your lawyer. I would track down your military record. I would track down your criminal record. I would do a fingerprint background check with the FBI, and I would do a FOIA on your prior N-400 denial. I would do all of those things before filing. And then I would say, JM, let's have a meeting. I want you to feel comfortable. It's time to apply. And you'd say, okay, Jim, you've made me feel better. Let's go ahead and apply. That's what you should do.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Jim. That's all I had, and I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, but if you need our help, let me know, okay?
Absolutely. I plan on it.
See you, brother. Laura said, and I think she's right, something about guns, that guns have been the weirdest part of assimilating in the United States. Julian said, owning a handgun is considered normal in the USA. In the UK, it's a serious crime that on conviction normally results in at least 5 years in prison. You know, Monty and I watch a lot of crime shows, and we specifically watch a lot of British crime shows. And at least once a season, we're saying to ourselves, well, I know it's probably a good thing they don't have guns like we do in America, but those cops running around without guns, it sort of blows my mind that the cops have to like go check out a gun in order to have one when they're out chasing bad guys. I mean, here, that'd be very, very dangerous for police to do that. But I guess if nobody has guns, so it's been weird. There was that show Happy Valley, and I was like, man, this lady really needs a gun. And you know, and I'm not a gun guy, right? So what are truncheons? Is that like a zapper? Is that a zapper? Hey, Huli, I forgot to tell you something, and I'll tell everybody while we're watching. There's some lady who's been calling the office about one of our current clients. Do you know about this, Huli, or no? And she's saying that his marriage is fake, right? And so the team has warned me that this person, they had hacked our client's emails, and like they know that he's applying for an immigration benefit through his spouse. This is like an old ex-girlfriend who's sort of nuts. And they said that she might try to come on the show and say bad things about him. So we've got to be ready to kick her off the show if we need to. I know that's sort of, yeah, it's definitely an angry girlfriend. And, you know, even though obviously we can't even admit to her that we represent this guy, even though she hacked his email, we can't even tell her that we do in fact represent this person or what we're representing them for. So it's sort of crazy. Nurse Laura says, does she have nothing else to do all day? Now, I agree with that question and that sentiment, but the thing is, Happy says this is excellent. The thing is that these people also call USCIS, right? So you can really mess with somebody's immigration status. It's really, really not good. So you might notice they sent me the person's name so that I can be careful. All right, so Nora's bossing me around on Facebook. All right, let's go to NIW on approved I-130. Hello.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Great.
Okay, thank you very much, first of all, for taking my question and all the help and suggestions that you offer to the people who really need it. I'll be really quick. And no, that's not what she said. I have an approved I-130 form from my mother's side of the petition because she's a citizen, and I'm waiting for my priority date to be current. But I have some potential, work offers from here and there, like project-based, but they are like kind of consistent. So my question is, if I apply for a separate application of an NIW petition, would it create any complications on an existing approved I-130 case?
So let's back up. Are you currently in the United States?
Yes, I am.
And what is your, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. My daughter is sending me mean text. So how long till your I-130 priority date becomes current?
Probably about 8 to 9 months.
8 to 9 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're currently in status?
Yes, I am. I'm on a valid visa.
So you're telling me that you have an I-130 approval notice. It's already been approved?
Yes.
And in 7 or 8 months, you're going to be able to apply for a green card?
Yeah, for adjustment of status and then the green card, yes, as per my understanding.
Well, adjustment status is for the green card, right? So
yeah.
And so what, are you in F1 status, or are you on an H-1B, or what?
No, I'm on a B2 status right now.
Oh, so you're only here for 6 months.
Yeah.
So you're probably not going to become current before your visa runs out.
That's the thing. But at the same time, like I said, that, my concern is that I have some, like, outstanding work offers, which are like project based. And I think if I apply for NIW, I have some better chances, as of some like supporting documents to support my petition. And if I apply for the premium processing route, I probably will be able to get that. But at the same time, just thinking out loud, if I apply it in the given current immigration, situations, would it not create, or would it create any like complications on my existing case? This is something that I really, really want some insight on, or any suggestions on.
To me, you're asking the wrong questions, right? You're asking the wrong. The biggest problem with everything you've told me right now is what? Do you know what it is?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, the only concern that I have is that, I'm just trying to avail the work opportunities legally with every record.
That I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that you haven't identified, the biggest issue is you're on a visit visa.
Yes.
What was the purpose of your visit visa?
Well, I come and go every year, like, just to spend some time with my mother, because my mother, she's here most of the time.
Okay. Well, I suppose in theory you could start the NIW process, but again,
Okay.
That is also something that's not going to happen while you're on this B1, B2, right?
So am I not like eligible to apply for an NIW on a visit visa?
Anybody and his brother can apply for an NIW visa, but you still have a visa backlog. There's still a two year wait for NIW for the visa date. I mean, depending on what country you're from.
Well, I'm from Pakistan, but if I apply for like a premium processing thing, would it not like?
So you're telling me you're telling me that what you want to do is you want to tell USCIS, yeah, I came here on my regular visit visa, but while I was here, I also filed an I-140 petition. I paid for premium processing. Now I'm applying for adjustment.
On base of NIW, but not on the other thing.
The other thing is what?
I-130. Approved I-130. I mean,
Right.
so my objective here is just to get my status sorted, so I can start working on the work that's being offered to me.
My brother, how long have you been waiting for this visa to become current from your mother?
I mean, technically speaking, like 1.5 years, because that's the first time when I came here. But I go back. I don't mess up with my immigration or traveling history or anything.
So are you in the F2B category or the F1 category? Is your mom a citizen or a green card holder?
She's a citizen now. So would it be F2B?
And you're single or married?
I'm single.
Sorry. So that's the F1 category. So here's my question. When did mom file the I-130?
She filed
like 10 years, right?
Yeah, something like she filed in like 2016 maybe.
Okay.
And then obviously, you know, they asked for some additional evidences, details, which we provided. And then probably a year and a half ago, they sent a letter that, you know, the case has been approved and just waiting for the priority date to be current.
So you've been waiting 8 or 9 years for this green card to become available, right?
Yes, sir.
And you have this really nice setup where you get to come and see her for 6 months a year, right?
Kind of, yeah.
And kind of. I mean, that's a nice thing. And you're this close. You're this close to getting your green card, and now you want to mess it all up with national interest waiver and immigrant intent and premium processing. I think you shouldn't do anything but ride out. You're this close to getting a green card through your mom. You should just be patient. And most NIWs are denied, but even with an NIW, even if you pay for premium processing, there's not a visa available for 2 years.
Okay, so would that mean that I won't be able to like take up any jobs or stuff like that?
Right. That's right, because you can't file the green card for 2 years till that visa priority date becomes current.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, you're this close. You're this close.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, so just to wrap it up, that you advise and you suggest that I should not, you know, touch any other route, but to wait for my adjustment of status. And
Not just,
you know,
here, hold on a second. I'm going to do you a favor, just real quick, okay? Let's pull up the visa bulletin.
Yeah.
August. Employment. Dates for filing. So right now, they are allowing people with an I-140 with a priority date of November of 2023. So that's almost 2 years to file for a green card. Right. So even if you were calling me now and say, "Hey Jim, you won't believe how smart I am. I just came to the United States on a visit visa. I applied for NIW. I paid for premium processing, and they approved it this morning. I'm ready to apply for my green card." I would say, my brother from Pakistan, you've got a long wait. Your I-140 priority date is when you filed this thing a month ago and paid for premium processing. So that means your priority date is June of 2025.
No, I have not applied anything. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, I have like, you know, all the supporting documents, reference letters, and
I know you haven't filed for anything. But what I'm saying is, on the day that you file your national interest waiver, with premium processing or not, you will be assigned a priority date. That priority date will be in July of 2025.
Oh, okay.
There aren't any EB2 NIW visas available for people who applied in July of 2025. They're working on cases from November of 23, which means you would have to go and visit your mom, come and go for 3 more years until that priority date becomes current in order for you to be able to file for the 45 and to avail yourself of these awesome job opportunities that you have. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I do now. Thank you very much.
It's not me saying it. It's that it's not going to work.
I see. Okay.
All right.
Okay, sir. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Good luck, brother.
Well, thank you very much, Jim, and God bless you. I probably will be in touch with your office for, you know, further processing of my case. But thank you very much.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Oh, hey, I haven't taken any questions from TikTok. Let's do it. Let's see what they got to say over here. They've been waiting. There's 196 people watching over here. What are all these badges? I don't know. All these stinking badges on TikTok. #1 gifter badge. I appreciate everybody watching. I have a question. Why, if he really fell in love and his divorce takes a lot of time, does he have to wait? Well, that's just the all right. I have a question. Is there any evidence you recommend not submitting other than explicit images? Well, of course, we have had clients send us naked pictures from the shower. So you don't want to send in naked pictures. No naked pictures. Nobody from the government wants to see your naked butt or other body parts. So other than that, not submitting, I don't know. Marriage-wise, I don't think there's going to be much that's going to be bad to submit. I think there's some evidence that's not particularly helpful. It's sort of a hard thing to quantify. Can I apply for the 5-year rule? I withdraw my 3-year N400. Yes, you can. We have done that for sure. How long do I have to wait to apply for citizenship if married to a U.S. citizen? Okay, so this is one that we do all the time. Once you've been married to a citizen for 3 years. So in other words, they've been a citizen for 3 years, you've been married to them for 3 years, and your green card is 3 years old, then you can apply, even if you didn't get your green card through marriage. So if you get your, if you make a, if you got your green card through employment, but you've had it for 3 years and you're married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years, and they've been a citizen for 3 years, and the marriage is 3 years old, then you can go ahead and apply. I told you guys Nora was sending me. Nora gets really mad because I put political stuff, as Nurse Laura and others can attest, on my Facebook page, and I'm having a lot of fun with this Jeffrey Epstein thing. Even though it's a very sad situation, I've spent a lot of time, probably way too much time, studying the Jeffrey Epstein case, and I have a lot of my own thoughts about it. But Nora got mad because they said, does this mean we're finally going to get to see the pee-pee tape of Trump getting peed on by hookers in Moscow? I just said, are we going to see the pee-pee tape? She doesn't even know what I'm talking about. So she's all mad saying, take it down, take it down. So anyway, speaking of, sorry, Laura, I didn't mean to trigger you. All right, let's go to Amin. Hello. Hello. Amin, are you there?
Yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I couldn't hear him, and then I kicked him out. So SRP, hello.
Hey, hi.
Go ahead.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, hi. Good afternoon. How are you, Jim?
Great.
So I have a quick question. So I came to United States in 2014 as like a student visa, and I did my master two masters, and then in 2021 I married. I filed the change of status, and I got a denial notice after that. And recently I got the divorce. At the same time, I got like a notice to appear. So I got the court hearing on like July 31st. So my question is, so on July 31st, how I can face the court hearing, and what are the possibilities I have to stay in United States?
Okay. So when did you finish school?
The first one is like a 2016, and the second one is like I dropped out and like a last semester on 2018.
So you've been out of status for the last 7 years?
Like a 2018 to 21, yes. But after that, when I got married, I got the work permit, and I got the like a recent denial notice on 2024, I guess September.
And what had you applied for that got denied? I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Like marriage.
Okay. So you married a U.S. citizen while you're out of status?
No, I got the divorce on like last April 2025.
The diversity visa? You won the diversity visa?
No,
divorce.
right.
Divorce. You're saying divorce.
Yeah, divorce is on like 2025 April, yes.
Time out. So you married a U.S. citizen at some point, right?
Yeah, 2021, yes.
And that U.S. citizen filed for an I-130 for you, and you filed for a 485.
Yes.
And the 485, did the I-1, did you have an interview on the I-130?
No, I didn't get any interview call.
Did the I-130 get approved or denied?
Denied.
Why?
First they asked me like a proof of evidence. I think some reason the attorney, they didn't, I think it's like they missed the documentation. And the second time they applied again, and then they said denial. And third time the attorney called me, they said there is no possibilities to refile this case, and then you have to start from the scratch.
Well, how's everything with the marriage?
Marriage was okay, but I got divorced on like April 2025.
Okay, so that marriage isn't going to do you any good for immigration purposes.
Yeah, right now, yes.
And so they denied it twice?
Yes.
And then after this last denial, you received a notice to appear in immigration court for July.
Yes, the one like I got like a 1 week back. Yeah.
Okay. And when is your court date?
July 31st.
Like in a week, 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your plan?
So my question, I mean, how I can face this court hearing, and what are the other possibilities to stay in United States? I mean,
So there isn't. I mean, the notice to appear would list your name and your biographical information. Then it would say you're a citizen of such and such country, and that you're not a citizen of the United States, that your status in the United States ended in 2018 when you stopped going to class, that you have no legal basis to stay here, and for those reasons you should be removed from the United States. Then it'll cite the statutory provisions as to why you are subject to removal from the United States. So on your court date, you and your lawyer will have the opportunity to go to court and to admit or deny those allegations and to raise any defenses to deportation. So if there are any legal reasons why the notice to appear is invalid, why you do have the right to stay in the United States, or you do have a legal basis to stay, you can raise those at that time. If you don't have any, then the judge is most likely going to order you removed from the United States. So generally, there's 4 ways to stay in the United States. One is through a marriage-based petition, one is through an employment-based petition, one is through the diversity visa, and one is through asylum. I don't see any of those as being realistic options for you because you're out of status now for 7 years. You didn't apply for asylum. You don't have a marriage to a U.S. citizen, and you can't get an employment-based green card when you're out of status. So I think at the end of the day, you're probably going to get ordered deported. I don't see any defenses. Is there something that I'm missing? Hello? I guess he didn't like that. Are you still here, Huli? Yeah, Huli's still here. Okay. All right. That was SRP. Hopefully got the message. Maybe he did, and that's why he dipped. Interview. Hello.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Juma Mubarak. How are you, Jim?
Walaikum salam. Juma Mubarak to you as well. What's up?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Well, I have a quick question. I have applied for remove of condition in February 24.
Okay.
And then February 25, I applied for N400.
Great.
And about 3 days ago, I had a combo interview. So upon going to the interview, the officer, I and my wife, we went together. And the officer, she asked us a couple questions. Among those questions, she asked my wife, did you ever talk to your husband's kids? So she said no, because the relationship of his kids is not good with his with their dad. So obviously they don't even talk to their dad. So then the other question was, did you ever talk to your husband's family? And she said no, because again, the same reason, like the relationship between his family and my husband is not good, so we didn't talk. And that's and she didn't move forward in for N400. She said, okay, so once you get home, send us more evidences regarding your relationship and stuff. And by the way, we already uploaded everything, like tax returns, joint list, joint bank statements, joint insurance, everything. I think we uploaded. So can you tell what's going on?
Let's back up. What country are you from?
Pakistan.
When did you come to the United States?
2018.
And when did you apply for a marriage-based green card?
Well, I came in 2018 on B1, B2. Then right after that, like there is a Islamic organization. They applied R1 for me, and I stayed on R1 till 2020.
Okay.
And it was expired, and I got married in 2021.
Okay, so you were out of status at the time you got married?
Yes, for about 6-7 months. Yeah.
And when you got your original 2-year green card, did you have an interview?
Yes, we had an interview, and they took both of us separate. And yes, and the interview went good, and then we received the green card.
And is there an age gap or anything?
I'm sorry, is there what?
An age gap?
No, she is just about 2-3 years younger than me.
And when did you get divorced from your children's mother?
2019.
While you were in the United States?
I was in the United States, and the divorce happened back home here.
So in other words, you went to the embassy and got your visit visa to the United States and said, well, yeah, of course I'm going to come back. My wife and kids are here. And then you came to the United States and got divorced, right?
Not right away, actually, because I came in 2018, and I did, yes, of course, I was married even after and they asked me the same question in my green card interview. And I told them, yes, when I came, I was married and I have 4 kids. And we had some issues happen during 2019, and the divorce happened in 2019, yes.
What issues?
I mean, family issues related to properties and stuff. So she shut the kids to talk to me, and she went to the court, and family issues.
Who filed for divorce?
Because of those issues, I sent the divorce. She filed lawsuit against me. Then I gave her divorce.
This isn't sounding so good, my brother.
Sorry?
This isn't sounding so good to me.
Mm-hmm.
How old are those kids?
Well, the oldest one is 12 years old, and the youngest one is about 7 years old now.
Has immigration ever talked to you or asked you about whether or not you financially support those kids?
They didn't ask me yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And have you and your spouse lived apart at all since filing the case?
Yes, we are living together.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What's your question for me?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't proceed for the N400. So, is there? You think? Is there any reason? You think? Is there specifically? Is there anything wrong with she don't talk to my parents, or she didn't talk to my parents?
Sure. They think that the marriage is okay. So let's back up. So I'm Muslim. Most of my clients are from Muslim countries. They discriminate against men from Pakistan every day. So that's number one. They think people are just coming here, promising to go back on their visit visa, promising that they love their wife and that they're going to come back. And they think that men from Pakistan have 2 wives, one in America, one in Pakistan, that the divorce in Pakistan is not real, and that you are staying here in the United States just to get a green card and citizenship, right? So,
yeah.
And they think that Joe Biden gave out green cards way too easily to people in messy situations like yours, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a bit of racial profiling. I think there's the fact that you were out of status at the time that you got married.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you're not talking to your kids or your parents, that's another red flag. So they're just looking for stuff to mess with you, and I think they're just going to sit on the 751 to see if your marriage falls apart.
Okay, so what do you recommend us, advise us? What should we do now? Is there anything we can do?
How long has your 751 been on file?
Since February 24, so it's a year and a half almost.
So that's actually pretty quick that you got your interview. Probably the N400 that pushed it. I would say just sit tight. If you don't have anything by February next year, call me back and we can sue them.
February 26th, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone wants to see Huli with their headsets on, so Huli's coming up next. Hello, Huli.
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm ready.
Yeah, ready? I'm ready too. All right, I just want to everybody so they all know. All right, Yusra says, hey, thank you for your videos, Jim. I received my green card because of your advice. Well, how about that? We love that. Plus, I love that name, Yusra. I think it's just a great name. Speaking of great names, let's say hi to Jay. Hello, Jay.
Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, Jay, your reception's really bad. Can you clean it up?
Can you hear me? Okay.
No, we'll come back, brother. All right, let's go to Rigo. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can. How are you doing?
Great, great. Thank you for having me on. I
Sure.
just have a few questions here. I'm a lawful green card holder since 2012,
Nice.
and because of what's going on, and
Oh, device not connected. What is going on? We're having technical problems. We'll give Rigo a second to see if he comes back. Everyone's asking me my opinion about the Coldplay Kiss Cam. I mean, was that something else? Can you believe that? He's laughing. I can see her laughing. It's a big deal when it even Noor knows about it, right? So she said it's all over her TikTok timeline. That was something. They looked as busted could be. There's an alleged statement coming out from the guy that's fake. So it's just, it looks like Rigo's back. So I can't believe, I think that video, I've watched it probably 40 times. And plus now there are more memes made about that thing than everyone's taking the Epstein Trump stuff and putting it over that overlay, which is funny. But Rigo's back. Hello, Rigo.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So under the current administration, I'm very much considering naturalizing.
Good.
Now, my question is, when you do the naturalization, do they only solely go after FOIA?
Do they what? Only go after what?
Do they only go after the Freedom of Information Act information when they look at your paperwork?
Well, I think you might be framing things a little bit unusually. So the Freedom of Information Act is a provision that allows us to get a copy of what they have. But typically when we ask them for a copy of your file through FOIA, I don't know if you've ever done this, but there's a lot of stuff that's redacted that we can't see. There'll be whole pages that are redacted. There'll be sections that are blocked off, either blackened or whitened, so you can't see them. So I would say that it's never an even playing field.
Okay.
That they always are going to have more information than we have. Plus, they have access to databases outside of the forms that we filed that we don't always get. So is there something in particular that you're worried about?
Well, yes. Well, the thing was that when I first applied for the I-130, I had to mention that I had an old DUI back in 2003 in Canada.
Yeah.
And I had an overstay here in the United States. They knew about that. They approved it with the I-601. And I got all my paperwork, and I crossed through the port of entry with a packet that they give you. And about a week later, I got my green card and my Social Security. So the thing is the reason why I'm asking is because I had like little run-ins when I was younger.
Yeah.
But they never assorted to conviction.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering, do I willfully answer these kind of questions if they say, hey, have you ever been convicted or cited or anything like that? Do you willfully give these information, even though it's not in, maybe they don't, I don't know if they have that kind of information, but because this is like 20 plus years ago.
Okay. So I understand what you're saying. So I would frame things a little bit differently in my mind. Okay. I would say that I'm much more likely to get denied my N400 for hiding stuff than for dumb stuff I did as a teenager that has no bearing on whether or not I get my citizenship. So I would start from the position of, I'm going to gather up all those records before I apply for my N400. Then I'm going to actually read the questions on the forms. And if the question's asking about convictions, then I would say no. If it's asking about arrests and I have arrests, I would say yes. But if it's all old stuff that wouldn't have determined whether or not you get your green card or that was forgiven as part of your waiver, then I would, always assume they know everything and always tell the truth.
Right. Now, the question I also have is like, because this has been like so many years ago and I had a pardon and expunge, it would be very hard to find something that goes back maybe like 2000 or 2001. What would be a recommendation there? Do you just write up a letter?
Is it really? No, is it really, 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 really minor stuff?
Yeah, it's minor. Like it was a argument with a person, and then it was down, watered down to a peace bond, and I was accused of something I didn't do, so they dismissed it, but it never showed up, of course, when I did the background check when I did my I-130.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little confused as to whether you willfully add that, but you answered that question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and just one other thing. I did forget to change my address. I only moved once, and I lived in the city for many years. And I did the change of address like 4.5 years later. I completely forgot, so I did it online, and I even submitted a form, to their address. Would that be an issue? Say that that comes up, like
It won't come up.
it won't come up. Okay, so
They'll just ask you for your addresses for the last 5 years.
okay, and the last question here. I mean, I was supposed to travel up to Canada because I was gonna go see my family. But that old DUI back in Canada, I just thought, man, I don't know if whether or not should I go, should I not go, because of the way that things are right now. With your experience, would have been an issue re-entering back to the United States if you've been lawful here?
I would say no.
No. Okay. Okay, that was the questions I had.
Good luck, Rigo.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a
Bye.
good one.
Yep, for sure. Can a 10-year green card holder file adjustment of status for their spouse? Yes, they can, but they should apply for citizenship as well because that's what will get them here. LPR registered to vote, never voted, want to apply for citizenship or renew my green card. So the thing is, happiest, you want to make sure that you or the person, the LPR, notified wherever they registered that they weren't eligible to vote. And you're supposed to have what's called timely retraction. So hopefully you have that. Anna is here. Hello.
Hi, Jim. Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
So, so a family member of mine, they got married about 3 years ago to a U.S. citizen. They live in Pakistan. They have kids who were visiting on a visit visa. And after they got married, she applied for the I-130 for him. And his son also was visiting, and he ended up staying in the U.S. and started going to school here in the U.S. And she applied for his I-130 after a few months and an adjustment of status as well.
Great.
About 2 years into, they didn't get an approval or a decision on the case, either cases at all, for well over a year, almost 2 years. And then she applied for what she sent a letter of withdrawal, withdrawing both of the cases, citing that she did not think the marriage was bona fide. Now, the withdrawal letters also took a very long time to come.
Who said the marriage wasn't valid?
The wife.
Why?
Because she was living in Pakistan, she was living in the U.S., and she was insisting that that they both be living together, and he just had his reasons. He said that his stepdaughter was his first wife would take his his ex-wife would take his stepdaughter if they were living together, and he just wasn't willing to live together, and she did not think that was okay, and things were not working out in that sense. So she went and she withdrew. And she found out some other things about, when she went to visit, and she found out some other things. And so she went and withdrew the petitions, both of them. Now the son is in the US, and I'm wondering if he has any options to be able to stay, or will he have to go back, or
Where's the husband?
he's still in Pakistan.
So who's taking care of the kid?
The kids are with the son is with his grandfather.
How old is the kid?
He's 19 now. At the time that they got married, he was 17.
When did the stepmother withdraw the I-130?
About 2 years into the marriage.
But when is that in relation to today?
A year ago. The letter for that came about a year later, almost a whole year they took to withdraw, to send a letter of acknowledgement.
So when do we think the son started accruing unlawful presence?
He entered the country on a visit visa,
Right.
and about a year after that, his visa also was no longer valid. So about 6 months after he entered, they filed for his I-130, and then after that, he had about another almost a year. So he's probably been out of status for maybe 2 years, year and a half.
So he has a 10-year bar.
He has a 10-year bar if he leaves.
Yeah, if he goes to Canada or Mexico for a day, if he goes to Niagara Falls, if he goes back to Pakistan, he's got a 10-year bar on coming back, most likely.
Oh, wow.
I don't know for sure because I'd have to look exactly when USCIS withdrew it or whenever she withdrew it or whenever, there's research involved there. But most likely he has a 10-year bar because he wouldn't have unlawful presence before he turned 18, but anything where he's out of status after being 18, that would be, if it hits a year, then he's got a 10-year bar.
Oh, wow. And if he stays in the country, is there any other options to kind of something we could file for him, or something that could be done, adopted, or?
No, adoption's not going to
He
work.
has to leave.
I mean, what I will say is the only way that someone in such a situation would ever be able to get back into status would be if they entered into a good faith marriage with a U.S. citizen. Otherwise, they are going to be precluded from every avenue of immigration relief in the United States.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what if they're able to convince her to refile? They're able to bona fide the marriage, like say to her that, there was clearly some mistakes made, and, if she refiles for him, is that possible?
You're asking me if the stepmother who wrote a letter to USCIS saying this was a fake marriage now changes her tune and says, I want to apply for the stepson, but not my old spouse. Is that going to work? Is that the question?
Yeah, or even if she agrees to file for both of them. I mean, I'm just wondering what possibilities there.
Why in the hell would that even happen?
I don't know. Well, I'm just trying to see if they could kind of work something out and, not have this kid's life destroyed.
I believe that ship has sailed.
Yeah. Alrighty. All right. Thank you, Jim.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. Any update related asylum's approval to I-45 applications on the green card? Still not yet. Nothing yet. All right, let's go to the Manny. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, I have a big question that it kinds my mind thinking. So I'm start studying the question about the M400, but I married in 2012, and I be entered with a tourist visa, and I married, and I get the green card in 2012. But in the past, I have some issues with my criminal record, so that's why I'm asking you, a good liar that I see all your videos on through Facebook. So it's gonna be good for me to apply for N400 or no? I have 3 times no valid driver license and battery before that I get my green card.
Three charges for driving without a driver's license, and what else?
And 1 battery.
One what was the last one?
Battery.
Battery?
Yeah.
And all that was before you got your green card?
Yeah.
And you disclosed all that?
Yes, I disclosed all that. And when I first came here, the first time that the police stopped me, I just came on my manner. I give another name to the police officer. But I disclosed all that on my green card application and 130.
I think you should be okay, Manny. I'm not terribly worried. If I were your lawyer, I'd want to track down your whole immigration file. I'd want to go and get those charges if I could track those down. And then, but I think generally what you're saying to me makes me think you could still apply for citizenship and get it.
All right. Yeah, because I disclosed all that. I know that's dumb things that I did, but and when I had my interview for the green card, I told that to the officers, and he don't me approve it right away. They wait for 2 weeks and then send me a notice that I was approved for the green card.
Do you know if you put it in writing or you only told them at the interview, like in the form itself?
Yeah, but I think I don't know my lawyer on that time. I don't know. I think she put all in the files and send it to them.
That's why I would want to make sure that we ask them for a copy of your file before you actually file for the N400. Does that make sense? Just to make sure.
Through the FOIA, right?
Through the FOIA, yep.
Yeah, and do is on the FOIA. So do you think I'm a good candidate to apply for the M400?
I think you are, but I'd want to look at it before, yes.
All right. So okay, I'm gonna contact your office on Monday to try to.
Yeah, just send over that FOIA.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Manny.
Oh, I'm sorry. And another maybe weird question. So is is safe to ask for the FOIA to the USIs, or is some red flag when they send the record or no?
No, no red flag.
No. All right. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Jim.
Thanks, Manny. See you, buddy. All right, all right. Oh, Amin came back. Let's see if they got their audio working. Amin, you there? Oh, I don't know what that guy's doing. With Sam, immigration. Hello.
Hello, how are you, Jim? How you doing?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing. Thank you, Jim. I'd like to voice what we can do.
Can you talk louder? I can't hear you.
Yes. The echo is like become double.
What?
The echo is become double.
I think he's saying something about the echo, but I can't hear it. I don't know. Lando is here. Hello, Lando. Lando,
Hello,
you're
Mr. Jim.
Hello, Mr. Lando. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Mr. Jim. Thank you for accepting my call. Oh my God. So I filed, I got married to my wife in November 18 of 2023. I entered America April the 13th, 2023 of the year. And we knew each other through Facebook from like 2013, and we were together 2014 from social media. We brought evidence and all of that. Well, they didn't have any fault with the evidence, but the fault they had, I had a domestic violence case with her in 2014, July the 8th, and I went to counseling. The court didn't she didn't press any charges, and the court didn't push it any further. They just sent me through counseling. After they did the counseling, she called on me again in December of this said year, 2014, and I get arrested. She called the 26th of December, and I get arrested. No, she called the 31st of December, and I get arrested the 6th of January of this year again. So that's like they say that's violation of protective order.
Right.
Because she had a protective order against me. So they send and the case also got denied in sorry I could not tell you about that in November 2014 because of affidavit, financial affidavit. We didn't state everything correctly. We filed everything on our own. We didn't use a lawyer. That's our big main problem. But we didn't have the funds at the time to do it because I entered on a H-2B visa. After it got denied, we filed I-290B in December before the 30 days. After we filed it.
Hold on. Why did you file a 290B? What did you want them to reconsider, or what was wrong?
We asked them to reopen. Motion to reopen.
Why?
Sorry.
Why did you want them to reopen it? What did they not understand about your case?
The financial affidavit is part of the case.
Okay.
We didn't file the to be exact, we didn't file the W-2s. She didn't file the W-2s and the 10 all the tax documents. We didn't file all of those.
Okay, so then what happened?
So we filed those, and the case was reopened, and then we did an interview in July the 1st. At the interview, we did a scope interview. I went in first, but when I went in, the interviewer said to me at the spot that I would take both of you in, but I can't because I don't know if your court case that's going on would allow it. So right there and then, I know she knew exactly what's going on. But in prior to that, the day before, I already printed all the court documents and take it with me and take the original. So we take all documents, we took everything to the interview. When we reached she asked me for some documents, and we had all of them present. My entry, my tickets. We had all evidence. We had joint bank account two. We had two cards. We had same address on our license.
But does that override a restraining order that your wife got against you?
No, that doesn't. So
no, it doesn't.
She
So
asked me. She asked me interview.
What's the question?
All right. The question is not really to the point. The question is, they said they can't make. They told her that they can't make a decision until the court case has resolved.
Yeah.
So after we left the court, after we left the interview, like 2 days or a day after, no, exactly a day after, they sent me a RFE for 5 documents. They sent me exactly into my account, USCIS account, for 5 exact documents, no more than 5. And it should be my next court date is the 19th of September, and they said that just due the 29th of September, not even a day over. That they stated that exactly on the request they sent.
What's the question? If the question is, do you think I'm going to get a green card? I don't know. I don't think you are. I think they're going to wait until your marriage falls apart. They think your wife got a restraining order against you. They think that if they wait long enough, the marriage is going to fall apart and they're not going to have to give you a green card.
Okay. And if it doesn't fall apart, because we are still connected, we are still talking, we're not living together, but we still communicate every day.
Yeah. Were you out of state? But I think
yes, I was out of status.
I don't think they're going to give you a green card.
And we have a age gap. We have a 20-year age gap.
Yeah. Lando, I've gone over time. I'm going to have to get going. I don't think you're getting a green card. I know that you have lots of little arguments and things in support of your case, but I don't think it's going to get approved. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. We'll do another 90-minute show tomorrow. That'll be the last show of the week. Having to make up for missing a couple due to softball this week, but we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. Hopefully you can all join us. It was nice seeing all of our friends and the OGs in the comments. Big ups to all the Yardies, including Lando and everybody else. Softball, Nor says. Nor, I tried to show them your home run the other day. I couldn't get to work. I'll try tomorrow to show the home run. It was a good one. And then we're leaving on Sunday for more softball. There it is. All right, Nornator. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Be kind to each other and try to join us tomorrow at 11 if you can. Thanks, everybody.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are